back to my channel. So if it is your first time here, my name is Ashley, and if you are returning, welcome back. So I really wanted to come back and update you guys with everything that was going on with me as far as my previous video regarding my excessive bleeding and my IUD. So I don't remember kind of where we left off. Also, I'm very sick right now, so it's just one thing after another, but we're gonna get through this video. So I cannot stress to you guys how important it is to listen to your body if you are a woman, especially a woman of color. I don't want to make this about women of color, but it is very, very important based on what I'm about to tell you. So I ended up seeing the doctor that I'm familiar with, that I actually used to work at a facility where I did medical billing and coding, and there's a provider there that I used to see, and I really trust her. And I think I mentioned that I really didn't want to just go off of what the VA said to me. I really wanted to make it a point to reach out to her and let her see me. So she and I texted a little bit, and I ended up coming in my 10th day of bleeding, or maybe even my 11th or 12th day of bleeding. And when she saw me, she was like, "Why did you not come see me sooner?" And I was like, "I really don't know. Like, I was just trying to, like, I'm moving from city to city. I have my child. I wanted to make sure, like, I had started taking the Premarin that the previous doctor told me to take to slow the bleeding down. And it seemed like the bleeding was slowing down, y'all, but I was still bleeding through, like, it would be like literally bleeding through my clothes." I was like, no, something's not right. Like, my heart kept racing. I just kept feeling like something is not right. Remember I told you guys before that they supposedly saw my strings. Now, I don't know if it was before or after, but my IUD fell out of my body. It came out of my body. It passed through. So the reason I knew that was the doctor that I had to see for the second opinion, she did a physical exam, and she was like, "Wow, you're really bleeding." Like, I was bleeding faster than she could actually go in and work to see my strings. That's how much I was bleeding. So I knew something wasn't right. This wasn't just a regular period. This was not just, this was not that. Not to mention moving heavy things, constantly going up and down flights of stairs, just a ton of stress. It was just too much for me. So she was like, "You know, I've hospitalized people for less." And when she said that, that's when I really started to say, wow, so this is serious. And I was like, yeah, I've been reading things online, and I try not to do that. I try not to be like a Google queen, but in this particular instance, I had no idea what was going on with my body. So I wanted to mentally prepare myself. It wasn't even about me being scared at this point. It was just like, well, okay, what is it that I'm going to have to do? So a lot of things were saying that the IUD could have been displaced or whatever, and I was praying that it was not that, because I seriously did not want anybody having to cut on my body and remove this thing from my stomach. Like, I've never had major surgery. The most I've had is my wisdom teeth removed in a baby, which is serious, but you know. So when she told me she couldn't find my strings, and then she physically went in with her fingers to do a pelvic exam, I believe it is, or to see where, if she could feel it with her fingers, she was like, nope, they're not there. So that's when I started to get pissed, because I was like, I knew that doctor, I mean, he might not have been lying. Maybe they fell out. Maybe it fell out the next day. I don't know, but honestly, I did not trust that. So she was like, "This is what I want you to do. Get dressed. I'll come back in and we'll talk." So she came back in. She had somebody come in the room to draw my blood. There was no like, okay, go to the lab and then you're gonna do this. She was like, no. She was like, "I don't know how, but your blood levels are okay." And so I am anemic, and I don't take iron, I know, but long story. So then she said, she said, "Has anybody done an ultrasound?" And I'm like, "No." So she was like, "Let's do an ultrasound." So they did a transvaginal ultrasound, and they were looking around, and that's when they discovered my fibroids. Now, I've gone to the VA previously for fibroids, where I had to drink like a ton of water, and they went in and, you know, but the thing is with the VA, and I'm not trying to talk junk about them, but I'm just being real with y'all. When you're dealing with medical doctors, military facilities, I can't speak for every facility, but the ones that I've been to, they do not go in depth. So yes, I had fibroids, but they made it seem like it was just something small. There was no follow-up, none of that. So they were like, yep, there's one, there's two. And she was like, nope, I don't see the device anywhere. So she closed everything up and she said, this is what you need to do. You need to go over here to the imaging. You need to get an x-ray because we have to prove that this device is not lost in your body somewhere. And these are questions. I'm sorry, you guys, the mattress people came. So when I went to get the x-ray, there was an issue with the insurance, but once we got that settled, I just paid for it out of pocket because I told them I don't have time to figure out what's what. Like, I need to figure out what's going on. So they took the imaging of my diaphragm, I guess you would call it, and the results, she sent them stats, so they would come back really quickly. And within an hour, the results were back and there was no IUD in my body. So this means that the IUD came out at some point. Now, when, I don't know, like I said, I was going to the bathroom dropping like huge clots into the toilet to the point where the toilet water was splashing back up. It was not like any tiny, we're not talking about something like this. We're talking about something like this. So the thing that really bugged me was when she was telling me what's going to need to happen in the future, considering if I'm going to want to have more kids or not. I'm going to have an ablation done to, I believe that's where they burn your uterine lining. I could be wrong, but I'm going to need to have that done at some point, which that broke me down because it's just like, that's so permanent. Like, even if it's like now I don't even have control of my body. But, you know, my mom was telling me that the fibroids are hereditary and she had them, my grandma had them, everybody had them. And it just made me really sad, honestly, because it's like your whole femininity, your whole womanhood. It's like, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, for my blessing, my one baby that I always wanted. It was just a one, and I wanted a little girl and I got what I wanted. Granted, I'm in a new relationship, and even though my partner has children of his own as well, it is something that we talked about. Now, I've always said, like, no, I'm done, one and done. But as you get a little bit older and you start considering, okay, so if something were to happen to me, who would my child have? And it's just one of those types of things. So it's not like I come from a huge family or anything, but granted, my daughter is the type of person that, and I know I'm veering off, but my daughter is a very independent person, but you still, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, kids, you start thinking about kids in a different way. Like, it's not just like, oh, what are you going to do with a baby, this, that, and the third. Well, a baby's not going to be a baby forever, and I did raise my baby with help, of course, but I know how to raise a baby. So, you know, it's not even about me anymore. It's about the longevity of my bloodline, so to speak. So, you know, it just really was sad to me. And then she told me that I also will need a DNC. So that's where they go in and vacuum out, you know, anything that's just there. So that's something that I'm going to need to have done soon. So right now she's got me on birth control. Now, birth control pill that I'm on right now is this one right here. So I'm on a tapered dosage, which means I take like 3 tabs for 3 days, 2 tabs for 3 days, then 1 tab. The thing about that is that's a low hormone. So when it comes time for period again, she wants to up my dosage, obviously, because the whole reason I started birth control was because of my heavy periods. So with all that being said, you guys, this has been such a trying last couple of weeks for me personally, for my family, for everybody, just because, you know, this came at the worst possible time. Never, ever, ever in my life have I experienced anything like this. It was the scariest thing I think I've ever been through. And just to see such a large amount of blood just coming out of your body. And it's been, today's the 14th, happy Valentine's Day, but I've been bleeding for 14 days. And it's just now slowing down because of this birth control. But it's still, like, I'm trying my best not to lift too much, not to do too much, because obviously I don't want to mess anything up. But, you know, life has to go on. But I really wanted to convey this message to y'all. I don't know if anybody has been through anything like that, or, you know, will go through anything like what I've gone through. But I just really advise everyone to pay attention to your body. If something doesn't feel right, chances are it's not right. Like I said, my anxiety was through the roof this whole time. I didn't know what was going on, but something inside my body it just didn't feel right. There's been just like a ton of things lining up telling me like, hey, something's going on. So I'm so happy that I did get that second opinion. Going forward, I'm going to find someone who specializes in OB care here where I live at now, and I will still keep in contact with the provider that I have in my old hometown, and I'm just so grateful for her. Like, and I'm so grateful for my family in there too, but just, you know, everyone that really helped me get through this move with all this going on. It was just tough, y'all, and that's why I haven't been filming. Energy is up and down. Like, now my energy is okay, but now I have a cold, so it's like, bruh, can I get a break? Not literally. But anyways, guys, not to make the video too long, yeah, but I'm back, I'm here. I will keep you guys updated through this whole journey of what I have to do next and all that stuff. So yeah, just like I said, pay attention to your body, listen to your body, pray, meditate, whatever you have to do, just to make sure that you are in tune with what's going on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me your comments down below, and also I really appreciate everybody's well wishes and everybody that just said something kind to me and didn't make me feel like I was just being a drama queen, because I can be a drama queen. Yeah, Gemini here, it's Cancer moon, but I can be a drama queen. But this was nothing that I was exaggerating whatsoever, and just because of YouTube policies, I won't upload pictures, but I definitely have gone through it. So yes, and I'm sure people have been, people have been through this before. I just, like I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I just thought I was invincible. I just never thought that it would happen to me, because like, I work out, you know what I'm saying? You take care of your body for the most part, you know, and it's just weird. It's just really weird. But anyways, you guys, I am good for now. No, I'm gonna be good, period. No, I don't even want to say period. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to go, and thank you guys so much again for everything, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.